Okay, so here we have Arduino project number 11, crystal ball. And this one's actually really cool because it will, first of all, uses this LCD sensory panel, which is pretty big. And so it's awesome. So you can turn it on. The ball says unsure. Well, I haven't even asked it a question, so how about, am I going to have a fun weekend? Shake it. It has to be on. Am I going to have a fun weekend? Most likely. So I actually shook it too vigorously. So if you saw briefly, there was another answer it provided, but I shook it again twice, too fast, so I couldn't see what it said. So this is actually the second response. But anyway, that just shows how receptive the tilt sensor is. And what this is it's hollow inside, and there's a little metal ball. Like even when I press it, you can see how sensitive it is, because depending on the orientation of that ball, it's sending different signals to the Arduino. Look, that makes it shaky when I do that. So that makes sense. That means there's a secure, hopefully a secure connection. So all these wires, these tell from the Arduino to the LCD what characters should appear on the screen. Alphabetical characters, yes. And what you can do is you can change the contrast of the LCD panel with the potentiometer. So this is on a pretty good contrast setting. That's too high. You can even see the two rows and 16 panels, so 32 spaces for characters. Turn the contrast down, all the way off. So yeah, so getting to the code of this, we have, first we declare the pins that we'll be using in the Arduino that are connected to the LCD, the liquid crystal. So 12, 11, 5, 4, 3, 2. 12, 11, 5, 4, 3, 2. Looks about right. It's working, so it should be right. And now we set up some constants. Constants for the tilt switch pin. This thingy. And some variables to hold the state of the switch, or the potentiometer. So one for the previous thing it said, and one for the thing it's saying now. So yeah, and so here we, and first of all, before anything, we have to access the liquid crystal library, which is there's a bunch of code in there, but Arduino makes it convenient by just storing it in this hashtag include liquid crystal that has all the characters and how it all works. And this thing, there's all this. If you look underneath, there's a bunch of wiring and stuff. So yes, so the switch pin is the input. So this is the input, and there's the output, presented on the LCD. And so we use the digital read to read the values on the switch pin. So like high contrast, low contrast, and so yeah, and what else? So the meat of the code is in the loop, which is right here. If the switch state is low, which it is, and then it's high. Let's shake it. So then it turns it on high because the metal ball is being oriented differently. And we have this LCD clear right here. This clears up the screen before printing a new words, a new answer. And then also this moves the cursor to the next row. So orients the cursor on the LCD panels. Okay, here are all the different replies that are accessed through this random code. So every time the switch state is low, it picks one out of these 7 different replies. And you need these break statements because then it'll say all of them at once, and that's just too much at once, and the LCD can't handle that. There's no room. And so the code's all the same except just the answer. Certainly, Outlook good. And then here it saves the current state of the switch state as the last state, so turn it off. It stays the same. Doubtful. Uh-oh. Good I didn't ask it a question. So there you have it. That is the crystal ball.